It's time for video number 5 in our quest to complete the What the Doernbecher set. And in this video, we're going to focus on Daymon Abbot's Nike Zoom Air Angus Sbs from 2004, which was the very first year of the Nike and Doernbecher Children's Hospital collaboration. Now, back in 2004, Nike and the hospital released 5 pairs of shoes. 4 of those were Zoom FCs, and this is the 5th one right here, the Zoom Angus Sb. Now, let's talk a little bit about the history of the Zoom Angus. Now, Nike SB got started in 2002, and originally, most of the Nike SB models were silhouettes from other categories that were turned into skateboarding shoes. Like the first Nike SB shoes were Dunks, which originally were basketball shoes, but then they were turned into skateboarding shoes. And Nike SB did the same thing with Blazers and Bruins. They did the same thing with the FC, an indoor soccer shoe that they turned into a skateboarding shoe. And that was the other 4 shoes that came out in 2004 as part of that original Nike Doernbecher collaboration. But this shoe right here, the Zoom Air Angus Sb, was born in the Nike SB category. It never existed in any other category. And there were a few other models that were introduced in Nike SB, including the EQ and the URL and the Zoom Tray. The Angus is one of my favorites. You're looking at a pair with green elephant print all over the upper. And this was the first time that Nike ever released a shoe to the public with green elephant print on it. A year before this shoe came out in 2003, there was a LeBron James dunk inspired by St. Vincent St. Mary's, his high school, and it had green elephant print on it, but that was just a sample. It was never released to the public. Then, like we said, these Anguses with green elephant print came out in 2004. The next year in 2005, Nike SB released the De La Soul Dunk High that also features green elephant print on it. And most recently in 2015, that high top De La Soul Dunk was released as a low top also with green elephant print on there. There was another shoe with green elephant print on it that came out in 2008. It was an Air Force One, and Questlove was the designer of that shoe, part of the One World pack. All of these green elephant print shoes were on display in the ShoeZeum together in the wild animal section of the ShoeZeum. Now let's talk right here about the green elephant print and the brown and the black upper on these Zoom Angus Sbs and why Daymon Abbot chose these colors. So Daymon loves sports like basketball and football and golf, and so you can see I've got all these balls on display here. But when Daymon was chosen to design his own shoe, he wanted the shoe to be inspired by his little brother, Dallas. And Dallas was actually the donor that gave him the bone marrow that he needed when he needed a bone marrow transplant at the Doernbecher Children's Hospital. So Daymon decided that instead of having a shoe inspired by all of his passions, he was going to have the shoe be inspired by his brother's passions, which are skateboarding in camo gear. So let's move all of these balls out of the way, and we'll leave the camo shorts here. Now, incidentally, these camo shorts are a pair of Hurley's, and Hurley is a subsidiary corporation owned by Nike. So we get a little corporation facts mixed into this video. Let's throw this shoe over here. Remember that all of these original Doernbecher shoes have this little hang tag on here with a miniature version of the shoe. And then on the back of the hang tag is the story of the designer and of the shoe. So let's read it together. It says, designed by Daymon Abbot, 12 years old. Daymon loves to draw and play heavy metal on his electric guitar. His favorite sports are basketball, football, and golf. This shoe is dedicated to his 10-year-old brother and bone marrow donor, Dallas, whose camouflage skate gear inspired its unique color scheme. Although designed for Dallas, Daymon says the shoe is for anybody who hangs loose and doesn't play by the rules. The proceeds from this shoe go to the Doernbecher Children's Hospital Foundation. Remember, in all of these videos that we're doing on these Doernbecher shoes, there's a link below in the description where you can go to donate money to the Doernbecher Children's Hospital. Now, Daymon's favorite color is actually blue. So were he to have designed the Zoom Air Angus Sb, inspired by his favorite color or his favorite sports or something like that, maybe it would look something like this with blue on it. I had to break out this pair of Zoom Air Angus Sbs because it's one of my favorite ones, and actually this was inspired by Blue Ribbon Sports and Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Before Nike was Nike, the company was called Blue Ribbon Sports, inspired by Pabst Blue Ribbon beer, and this shoe was inspired by that, and it was actually recalled out of fear of a lawsuit from PBR. So had to break out a blue pair inspired by Daymon's favorite color. But let's get back to the elephant print pair right here. I gotta say that Daymon was way ahead of his time. He selected elephant print on the upper of this shoe way before the craze of elephant print. Like recently you can go on Nike ID and design your own shoes using various shades of elephant print. But, you know, way back in 2004 when this came out, elephant print was really reserved for shoes like the Air Jordan 3, which was the first shoe that elephant print ever showed up on. Anyway, it's been a great pleasure introducing you to Daymon Abbot's Zoom Air Angus Sbs. There's only one thing left to do. We have to get our checklist out. You'll see the Angus right up top here, and we'll cross it off the list. 5 styles down, lots more to go. It's been a great pleasure bringing these shoes to life, and we got lots more to come. See you next time.